What's going on, guys? It's Doss. Welcome back to another real world, I guess in this case, vehicle ownership review video for some more diversity. No, I have not figured out a way to shorten that title for the series just yet. Anyway, in the last video with this bike, I talked about it alongside of another one that was very similar. But in this video, I really just want to focus and talk about how much of a bargain this bike right here truly is. What you're looking at right here is a 2021 Apollo DBX-18 RFZ pit bike, right? It's called a pit bike because it's usually a little bit small. It's a little bit smaller than an actual dirt bike, especially with this type of motor right here. This is a 25cc 4-speed manual, and you can find this bike on Amazon for around 800 bucks. There's different colors. There's red, blue, green, but shipping is a whole different story. That's an extra 300 and something on top of that. Like I said before, forever Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp, even though it can be kind of tricky buying used products, especially, vehicles and toys like this from people, you just got to make sure that it's all legit. And obviously, I make sure of that because those of you who follow along with this channel, I've been posting reliability updates on another vehicle that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. And one of the main selling points why I would buy something like this or a car or whatever, it's really genuine because they have a folder full of all the service history. Everything's all nice, need the title and all that stuff, like my Ford Taurus. And this was one, even though I didn't buy this off of Facebook Marketplace, I bought this off of OfferUp. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really know too much about dirt bike. Obviously, the only thing I knew was the different CCs. Obviously, the higher the number, the better, the faster it is. Like, I'm switching this one out for a 250cc that I have right now, and I will obviously make a video about that later. But this was my first, and I just want to be completely honest. I think I really hit the crap out of the nail with the hammer on the head when it comes to, a first time. I think this bike is perfect, especially for somebody my size. I'm 5'6". On a good day, I'm like 108. Right now, I'm probably like 111 with clothes on. And this thing right here is just perfect, a perfect starter kit for anyone who wants to get started and actually get the hang of a dirt bike or whatever the case is. Now, I did mention this is a 4-speed manual. Typically, these bikes are going to come in manuals for like 95% of these dirt bikes, unless it's like some type of like small little kid, like 50cc or some little slow automatic bike. They're pretty much all going to be in manual. So at some point, you're going to have to, get used to the manual, which is really easy. It's like well, if you've never driven a manual car before, I can understand why you'd have some trouble, but it's not that bad. You just shift with your foot, and then the clutch is right up there on the top of the handlebar. Anyway, like I said, I think this bike is 100% perfect no matter what, especially if you're not really too big about it. You just kind of want a fun toy to hang out with the friends sometimes who do this or whatever. But I really just wanted like another little fun toy. That's basically what it was. And I think I really hit the, I mean, as far as the quality goes, I've heard, since this is like, some type of Chinese brand bike or whatever, but right now as it's still pretty much new and pristine. It's a little dirty, obviously, because I've been using it, but right now, while it's still kind of new and pristine, I think this bike is just perfect, man. But I just wanted some more speed and some more power, even though the 250 I have now is a little quieter than this for some reason. This bike is loud, obviously. It's just, you have your 125 right here, and then your 4-speed manual right there, transmission, your carburetor. It's pretty simple. This bike right here has never given me any problems. It's always stayed on. It's never, well, it's bogged a couple times. It's because I had the choke in the wrong position, but I'll obviously talk to you guys about that in a second as well. This bike all around is just, I just think it's worth every single penny. Anyway, this bike has 2 keys, just one of them in here. This is the ignition right here. It's kind of weird because typically you'll find the keyhole up here on the handlebar. On this bike, it's right here on top of the transmission. It's your shift lever, obviously 4-speed manual right here. I have this zip tie. This is the only problem I've ever had with this bike. I was having a little bit too much Baja fun, and the spring for the kickstand just disappeared. So I don't even know where it went, but I had to zip tie this up a little bit. And that's it. You can see it's pretty dirty, having fun. Tires are worn just a little bit, but everything works just fine. Kickstart right here, easy, incredibly easy to kickstart. Even when it's cold, you just gotta make sure you kind of catch the engine whenever it cranks over. You gotta make sure you gotta give it a little bit of throttle. Here is your choke right here. This is your choke. It's best to leave it down all the way like this so it won't bog out, but you can have it right there in the middle if you feel like it's running too rich, too much gasoline or whatever. And then this is all the way off. That's the fuel cutoff right there. I did notice this too, though. I don't know what they did before, but looks like something chewed through the filter right there, the air filter. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's the damage right there that I've seen. Other than that, you also have another fuel cutoff switch right there. What else we got? Really nice shock right here in the back. Chain, everything just looks very nice quality. At least for me, this is my first bike, but I think this bike is just a bargain. I think it's just well worth. It's worth $1,000 really. Here's your clutch right here. Now this is missing a bolt. This was a married couple. They have kids. They had a garage full of stuff like this. So that's, you know, I felt even more comfortable during the buying process. But she explained that her son modified this clutch lever right here because of the way he liked to use it. I guess this was for her son, or they would just switch or whatever. They got ATVs and all that stuff. But anyway, he modified it. He took a bolt off. That's why it's loose, and it keeps coming back like this. And I've yet to fix it. Just got to make sure this screw stays in this little hole, because if not, it won't be able to actually pull the clutch for you to actually shift it. And of course, you do have to do your typical maintenance on it. There's a drain bolt down there on the bottom of the motor right there, and then you put your oil in there. Like I said, it's a 2-stroke. I don't have any room for it. Like I said, I already bumped up to a 250, and that bike is so big, it's so big and heavy, it makes this thing look like a toy now. The point is, this bike is for sale, and I'm sad to see it go already. It's only been like a month and a half, but I am very impressed and pleased with this bike. Not giving me any problems at all, except for little cosmetic issues here and there. But I mean, that's nothing, especially for a bike like this. I think this is definitely worth the money. So if you are thinking about buying it off of Amazon or whatever, I definitely would say go right ahead, because, you know, being used like that for 500, but for a 2021 model, I definitely think that a new one would be even better, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this little insight of, you know, just what I think, my opinion on this Apollo DBX-18 RFZ pit bike right here. It's definitely, you know, it might be the cheapest dirt bike you can buy on Amazon, but I will be back in no time with the most expensive dirt bike you can buy on Amazon. That's going to be a good video too, because yeah, you already know I have that. But anyway, y'all stay tuned, and that's it.